Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is Thrifty Business on a very special night because we have a very special person as a guest tonight. It is Wednesday night. It's Thrifty Business. I'm your one host, Jason Thrifts, and with me, first time in the co-host seat, my boy Chris. Crispy's Toys and Treasures. What's happening, buddy?
Not too much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being around. I was looking for someone that would appreciate and know music. Not that anyone couldn't co-host, but when we're talking to a music store owner and you have at least a good working knowledge of music, it's helpful.
Yeah,
It's helpful. Sure. So speaking of, let's get our guest in here so you all can meet him. You'll know him, you'll love him. Here we go. Now it's time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Each week I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and match it up to my guest. And our guest this week is my buddy Shawn Cox. Shawn, how the hell are you?
I am doing fine. How are you?
I am good. I had Shawn on for a couple reasons. He decided to open a brick and mortar store in the middle of all of us, like, just online is fine. We don't have to leave our house. And then Shawn and I also went to a garage sale of only music at a famous DJ's pop-up on Saturday. So we're going to talk about that. So to match up my mug with Shawn, I met Shawn at a tiki event. And so I figured I'd just drink a mug from the event. So the event's called Tiki Caliente. It's in Palm Springs, thrown by our buddy Rory.
Shout out to Rory.
Mug from the event. And since Shawn's last name is Cox, because I'm 12, I'm drinking Coxper tonight.
Yes. Nice. Nice.
So Coxper and Tiki Caliente. What are you drinking, Chris?
I'm drinking some Kool-Aid. But at least it's out of kind of a tiki mug, right? Halloween tiki mug.
They're called tiki mugs. It's a great divide in the tiki community whether they're acceptable or not. But yes, yes, I am such a child. And Shawn, my wife, says hello, Shenanigans.
Yes, I can see that on the screen, but I can't. Hi, Stace.
Yeah. That's one bummer about StreamYard is they don't allow the guests to comment back. So it's kind of annoying. You'd have to have two screens up, and it's like, we should have them fix that. Yeah. All right. So we're talking about Shawn's store, which is right behind him there. Yes, sir. What were we going to say?
I was about to say, should I go grab a beer now or should I wait?
Oh, you can start drinking, yeah, because you're going to be in timeout for the next 25 minutes. We're talking about Shawn's store, about the sale we went to, and then the one that we've never talked about, those that own a store where they sell used stuff. The good thing about that is stuff comes to you. You don't have to go to stuff. So there you go. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about.
Sometimes.
All right, sit back, relax, and we'll see you in a little bit. And good to see everybody in the chat. Thank you all for showing up on a Wednesday night. And a big hello to Tracy when she's on her lunch. She'll see this later. So yay, Tracy. All right, let's get right into our scores of the week. And now it's time for our scores of the week. These are the items that you should be on the lookout for when you're out thrifting. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, indeed. Hellraiser Pinhead. That was a very cool costume. A very nice, thick, like, chest on it, and the mask was amazing. Funny thing is, a friend gave that to me back in July, and I forgot that I had it. I listed it 2 weeks ago, I think, and it sold like within 2 days for $189 full asking.
Now, my question to you is when I load this up, do you not have a styrofoam head you could have put the mask on?
No, there is one in the pictures.
I know, but for this shot, you should definitely have it in the styrofoam head because it looks so sad.
It really does, you know. And I was trying to get it all like hanging up on the wall, and I see it right there. It's in the head there. But yeah, I couldn't figure out how to get it. I wanted it hanging, and I couldn't figure out a way to do that.
So put it on the head and just some duct tape behind it and stick it back to the wall for 2 seconds. Okay. Take that pic.
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, I was almost going to have somebody hold it for me and then just Photoshop them out of it. And this is actually funny. So this set of Voltron, this is an example of if you can afford to hold on to something. So I bought these at a discount store. I don't know if everybody knows about it, called Ollie's. I don't know if everybody has an Ollie's.
We don't. Like my admins go there all the time. We don't have any.
Okay, it's like a Big Lots type of thing. Anyway, I've got these about 2 years ago, I think it was probably 2018, 2019 for $6 a piece. So I think there's 5 of them, so $30. And at the time, eBay was flooded with them, and you might have been able to get maybe $50, $60 for the whole set of 5. And I've had them sitting in a bin. I forgot I had them. I pulled them out, and I guess eBay's done with it. Like nobody has any more for sale. I think I was the only one selling them at the time. I threw them on there at $189.99 and got full asking on them again. So
sometimes you got to hold for that moment.
Yeah. Now this is an amazing ornament, and obviously this is something for people to look out for. I don't. Baccarat. I guess it's called Baccarat. All I think of is the game, is the Vegas game Baccarat, obviously. But so this is amazing, and actually, I think you'll see an example of something else from this yard sale in the show tonight. There was a yard sale a couple of weeks ago. Somebody said that the whole yard sale, they just advertised it as only Halloween or Christmas ornaments. I almost didn't go. I went on the second day, and I wish I had gone on the first day because they said everything there was only $3 a piece.
No, geez.
They still had probably about 50 ornaments. They said they had sold through 10 bins full the first day, but I bought 3 of these. I bought a couple Christopher Radko ornaments and a whole bunch of other. I basically spent about $80, I think. And as you see, this one sold for $114.99. It took about 2 days, I think, for it to sell after I listed it. The Radko sold in about 25 minutes after listing them.
I was going to say a whole 2 days, huh?
This is pretty awesome. Definitely keep an eye out for Looney Tunes stuff from the studio store. I think most people know that the studio store no longer exists, but Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers fans are very much still into that studio store stuff because it seems to sell really high. And if anybody's been following me for a while on, all my social media or whatever, they know that I purchased a gigantic truck full of, basically from the estate of that man. That guy, Vince Musashia, used to work for the Warner Brothers. He was actually the president of the Warner Brothers studio stores. And I purchased all of his estate. It was a whole truck full of toys. And this is one of the things that was in there.
Very nice. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, oh, that's a badass cake stand.
It was a really cool cake stand.
All right, so from your $200 ceramic to my $30 piece of plastic, this is the cocktail cup you get when you're at the Avengers campus in Disney's California Adventure. And the cocktails that come in here are very, very yummy. So with tax and tip, my wife and I spent about $35 on cocktails. And then I went home and sold the little plastic containers from the PIM Labs for $30.
That's cool.
So essentially, when all the smoke cleared, our drinks for 2 drinks was $10 inside Disney. So
did you put sand in there?
Yeah, to make them stand out a little better.
Yeah, that's nice. That's cool looking.
Yeah, and just a beaker with PIM on it, and it says Disney on the bottom. PIM Technologies, and then there's Disney Parks, and we're going next week, and we're gonna get this cocktail again, and then sell the cups again. Yay! All right, I like to show when we feel outside our norm. Chris selling Warner Brothers stuff is in his norm. Maybe ornaments not so much. Dresses for me outside of Hawaiian dresses are not usually my thing, but I did buy a whole lot of stuff and didn't know the brand, Anthony Richards, but I got $32 for this dress, and I paid $4 per dress out of this load. So yeah, you too can sell things you know nothing about. When you're in a thrift store, go to the sport coat section and you look for sport coats aimed at young guys. Young guys do not wear the same type of sport coats that old guys would. This is a Volcom sports coat, and it's from the Shawn White line. I would hope everyone knows who Shawn White is. He is an Olympic champion in both the Summer and Winter Olympics. So there it is, the Shawn White coat. And as you can see, it's sold in Great British pounds, meaning it's headed for, it was bought on eBay UK, and it's headed that way right now. But all that pales in comparison to my $1,200 chair sale.
That's awesome.
I start with a little piece of plastic for $30, and then I show you a $1,200 chair. If you don't know the story, the quick version is I bought 14 of these chairs for $50 a piece. And when I do sell them, they sell an average of about $1,100. This one sold for $1,200, but you'll see it again coming up in my shipping tip. So just hang tight. And now it's time for our CD and cassette scores of the week. And as always, we start with flipping cassettes. What is this cassette?
Atomic Ace. How about that? So it took me a bit of research to figure this one out, and it ends up it's so hard. Like if you Google this, I think the only thing that popped up was that somebody had sold on Etsy a T-shirt from this band like a while ago. I did a lot of research. Come to find out, it's some independent. I think they were from Wisconsin or something like that. But they had a big following, so there's no record. I couldn't find. I just threw a price on it. It actually sold, I think, in about 45 minutes, an hour for $39.99.
Wow. And then you're like, shit, it should have been a 50.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, what's this?
And now this cassette. Now, mind you, these are all from the same. I think you know of this story, but maybe not everybody. Yeah. I purchased 3,000 cassettes about a year and a half ago for $135. And this is the third cassette out of that I've sold for $100 or more. This one went for $149.99. And again, this one, I just priced it really high. The highest record sale, I think I found Discogs. There's currently one listed for like 119. eBay, there wasn't any listed. So I just went high and hoped for the best. And again, I think with a good title, I made sure to throw punk rock in there. I threw where the band is from, and it sold for $149.99.
Yeah, I'm glad you had that because we're going to go from your $150 cassette to, I sold a cassette for $10 this week. Now I haven't listed cassettes in a while, but I do have a bunch still listed. $10 is about the best I can get out of this quarter cassette. So I'm like, all right. I was all excited for a $10 one. Then you showed with a $150 one. I'm like, not so much. To hell with the devil.
I totally remember playing the heck out of this cassette back in the day. But so this is a picture disc, and picture discs seem to do really well. Every time I get them, they sell really, really fast. And this one was no exception. This is a limited edition one, sold for $24.99.
Nice. Now we're gonna go from that to my. I actually took a best offer of $13, but I wanted to show this because if you've been around since the 80s, you've heard of Striper. Ain't no one ever heard of Christina.
No.
And so these are the kind of things, kind of like your cassette, where you do some research and you're like, I don't. It's not anybody famous right now, or never was. But let's see if anyone is looking for her 12-inch single, and you'll see the feedback for this piece next week. So got a great feedback on this. So just because Chris and I are just perfect examples right now, just because you don't know it or it doesn't seem to be known, doesn't mean it won't sell. Okay. Yeah. So don't just give up because you don't know it. That's the tip. And now we go from flipping cassettes to flipping CDs. Now I feel better because I crush your CD sale.
Yeah, this is one of my best CDs recently. $10.99 for the Fugitive soundtrack. It was a great purchase price on it though. This was ones that I went to a thrift store, it was a church rummage sale, and they had about 200. I didn't know how many CDs. They had CDs that they wanted $2 a piece for. I saw that they looked like some good ones. I said, do you want to sell them all? They said, yeah, sure. How about $20 for all of them? So I said, okay, I'll get $20. I took them home. There was 225 of them. So they went from $2 each to taking $20 for 225 of them.
Math, not their strong suit. All right, but it would be the strong suit of Revenge of the Nerds. I wanted to share this one. Now, that was the biggest sale, but $50 is great for a CD. But this has been a bolo forever. You find the Revenge of the Nerds soundtrack, you're always going to get a minimum of $50 for it, or around $50 for it. So snag that whenever you can.
Great album.
Okay, this Bowie CD has one song on it. One. And I bought it online on a site that specializes in music for $15. It was listed on Amazon for less than a day, and it sold for $100.
Wow.
One song, one Christmas song. That's all that's on here.
That's crazy.
One Christmas song. And that wasn't even my good sale of the week.
Have you sold that before?
Oh, yeah. 1,000 times. 1,000 times. How about the soundtrack to Pat Labor 2? I thought Pat Labor 3 was even better. I don't even know what the hell this is. But what I do know...
I have no idea what it is.
What I do know is I can use this to look up stuff. And this was $15, and Amoeba Records was nice enough to tell me out of print. And it sold within about 5 weeks for $120.
That's awesome.
But that wasn't even my best sale of the month, or the week, the month. How about this Neil Young 3-song promo CD single in a cardboard sleeve that I had the audacity or the balls to pay $60 for? It lasted 3 hours and sold for $200.
Wow. And
that was the most it had ever sold for. I asked for more than everybody else asked. So there's a bonus tip. Ask for more. You never know. Exactly. I paid $60 and Stacy went, "You are paying $60 for a 3-song cardboard single?" I said, yes. I listed it 3 hours later. Boom. Yeah, 6:43 a.m. sold at 10:41 a.m. 4 hours later.
Nice.
Boom. $200. So the things that you don't think are going to be the hot items are usually what shows up as like, holy shit. Am I forgetting something?
Hey, wait, hold up. Don't forget about me.
Whoops. Now it's time for Stacy's Budget Bin Scores. And yay, 2 weeks in a row, we had a Stacy Budget Bin score. Look at this, 95 cents. Christmas with Mitch Miller. Shawn, if Shawn has Mitch Miller, he would throw it out in the trash. Because on vinyl, it don't sell. But on CD, the Christmas one sells for $30. And we're only in October still. And this was listed before last Christmas. So it sat. And someone a week before Halloween said, "You know what I need? Christmas with Mitch Miller." And now it's time for our duds of the week. Do not let our mistakes be yours.
Yeah, so everybody says old media sells. Well, not all old media, apparently. I mean, I still think I got a great deal. I bought, how many cases? I think I bought 12 cases of this at a local auction for a total of $15. So this is, I think that's half of a case. I think there's 10 in each case. Yeah, there is 10 in each case. So, you know, I don't know. I might open that up and sell them individually, maybe. I have to try something different. But I've had this listed now for well over a year, and I haven't sold a single one yet.
Yikes.
So if anybody wants a whole case of those beta tapes, feel free to message me.
Come get them.
Now this hat, I thought it was cool. It was an WWE is hot, you know, and this guy just moved to AEW. I decided to run a $1 auction and see what happens. Well, it got a $1 bid.
Well, we saw what happened.
You saw what happened. That's why I don't do auctions anymore. But I thought this would be a great one to do an auction on because it's WWE. You know, it's an official hat. I think it's official hat. I don't know, but it didn't work out for me.
Yeah. Speaking of hats, I've had this for 2 Christmases now. No one wants this. Come on.
It's a cool hat.
Come on, Tiki Pug Music. You want this? Make me an offer of $7. It's yours. It's yours. Come on. All right. Now, we've showed you some amazing turns on music. This is not how it's supposed to work. You don't pay it. You don't buy it for $6 and then sell it on Amazon for $6. And Amazon's fee is like $3. Yeah, this was a loss top to bottom. But I like to show these because although I'm the man, I'm the expert. I've been doing music for 22 years. I still make mistakes from time to time. It happens. It shouldn't cause you to stop selling, but you should learn from them. I will not be picking up the Cure the Top anymore on CD unless it's some weird special edition. And now it's time for Where in the World Did Our Stuff Go? If you are not shipping internationally, you are leaving out 7.3 billion with a B potential customers.
Freddy Krueger. He
Woo-hoo.
went to Chile. He was too warm, I guess. He needed to go to Chile.
I should have my rim shot ready. Damn, I didn't know jokes were coming. All right, so you had Freddie going to Chile.
I did.
I had, this is a funny one. I'm looking through all my export orders of the week, and I see that I sold a Frankie's mug to Calgary, and I didn't pack it. My teenager did, and I realized it was to my friend Heidi, who watches the show, who's in my groups, and I didn't even realize I sold something to somebody I know. So thanks, Heidi. I did thank her through Messenger earlier. But yeah, this kick-ass Frankenstein mug is heading off to Calgary right now. It's on its journey. And now it's time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me. What to do and what not to do when it comes to shipping.
All right. So I have these guys. Some sauces.
Oh, they are smaller than I expected.
Yeah, they're just, they're the 8 ounce, 12 ounce, 12 ounce bottles of soap. I sell them it's a set of 3. Basically, they're like Bill's Mafia for Buffalo Bills. They're only sold locally. And I use, thankfully, because of watching the show, I know about this box here that fits perfectly with
Scotty Stuffer,
I think it's called.
Yep.
Right? It fits perfectly inside the flat rate box. Envelope, sorry, padded. But most important thing I do when I'm selling something like that, make sure to put them in a Ziploc bag, because if something does happen, you do not want that getting all over everything. So
smells of wings.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, make sure to seal that up really good. I haven't had any problem. I've sold a few sets of those already. I haven't had any issues with them, but yeah, they go out, anywhere for only, I think it's $880 or something like that for that envelope now. So it's a good deal.
All right. So you saw the chair I sold. Well, I sold it without having a box ready for it or any way to ship it. So what you want to do, typically on normal stuff that's easy to ship, easy to hold, like say a CD, you should have 1-day shipping, or like me, same-day shipping, because it puts you up higher in the search. However, for this chair, I knew it was going to take me a little while to get it figured out. So I changed my handling just on this one item to 10 business days. So with weekends and stuff, you've got 2 full weeks to figure it out. And luckily I do, because I had a custom box made yesterday and they called me, Jason, it's ready. I come get it up, pick it up. They messed up so bad I could fit 2 chairs in the box. I said, I'm not paying for all this extra space because that's extra money on shipping. I just called before we started the show. Oh, I forgot to call you. They're closed today. I've been waiting all day for this box. So luckily I've given myself a window, but I've been in contact with the buyer every day. Said, here's what's happening. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Told what happened yesterday. I will tell them what happened today, and I'm going to try and figure it out tomorrow. So give yourself that window on the odd things. Everything else should be same day or 1 day, because it helps you in the search. And it helps you sell stuff when you're better in search than your competition. And now it's time for the Thrifty Tips of the Week. Little tips and tricks to help you out when you're outsourcing. Oh, hey, what are these?
So what I was saying was these are only sold here in, I don't want to say just Central New York. Well, yeah, Central New York, Western New York, just in this part in a store, in a grocery store called Wegmans, is the only place you can get these. But there are obviously Buffalo Bills fans all over the country. Bills Mafia. So they're, I've sold, not obviously none of the ones that I've sold have gone to New York. They've all gone elsewhere. I think one went to Colorado and I think one went to Florida, but yeah, there's Buffalo Bills fans everywhere. So especially with food, there's a lot of regional food. So keep an eye out for those and look out for them.
Debbie says, can you get all 3 bottles in one box?
I did get all 3 bottles in that box. Yep.
Yeah. See, when I first saw this picture, I thought they were like the full size dressing bottles.
Oh,
I'm like,
okay,
no way. But then when I saw them, like, oh yeah, you can get 3 bottles in.
They actually fit perfectly in that box. I was trying to figure out for a while how I was going to do it, but no, they fit perfectly in that box.
All right, so DJ Shadow is the DJ whose garage sale that Shawn and I went to. We'll talk about in a minute. And so, how would he be my thrifty tip when, when you like something, a person, a band, a TV show, a business, make sure you actually go like it on Facebook, and that way you'll know when things are coming up. Like, for instance, a DJ Shadow garage sale. So, as you're cruising Facebook, Facebook tries to throw things at you that you've expressed interest in the past. Make sure you like it. So now I've liked it, and this is the sale we went to. Where's the little advertisement? There it is. It's so funny. Shadow's 50 years old now. This picture is from 1996, and so many people are like, I'm not going to a sale. That's how he keeps his vinyl. This dude ain't looked 50. I'm like, oh my God, this picture is when he was a young kid looking for vinyl in some basement of a record store. But yeah, like the things that you know, because you never know when an artist is going to be like, hey, I'm having a garage sale. You never know.
Was it a lot of records at the sale?
Yeah. 2 days worth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's my little tip. I'm going to guess most of you don't do that. I know. I was just clicking back and forth. I know I liked it. I was demonstrating how to click the like. And now it's time for our online selling tips of the week. It doesn't matter if you're selling on Etsy, Depop, Mercari, Poshmark, or eBay. These are little tips and tricks to help you when you're selling.
So yeah, don't undervalue your items. So I got these guys. I actually bought, I think I ended up getting 8 lots out of them. So at a yard sale or a thrift store, I bought a bag. You know how they have their baggy wall, all these, a bag of all Peppa Pig figures and toys and everything. And I decided I was first going to lot them up and just, sell them for like $20 for the whole bundle because I only paid $3. But then I decided I turned it basically into 8 lots, and I just put, really good pictures. I, actually showed them being played with, kind of like I set them all up and everything. And I've already sold 2 of the lots. One for, as you see, this one, $17.99, and the other one I think I sold for $10 or $11. The other one was only a table and 4 chairs like a kitchen table and 4 chairs that goes with the figures that I sold for $10.99 plus shipping. So, if you have good pictures, a good title, a good description, you can sell stuff on the high end of comps, and you'll sell it.
Oh yeah, one of the tiki mugs that is made of a buddy of mine is like made of his likeness. Someone's selling it for $400 on eBay. It's a green mug. The pictures are so bad it looks dark brown black.
Oh jeez.
I'm like, I go, those pictures are horrible. It's a green mug. All right, when you list things on Facebook Marketplace, if it's been up a long time, like say 25 weeks, and it's had no views, there's something amiss. So I tried to use the boost for the first time, and the stupid bots at Facebook think I'm selling booze.
Oh,
because
geez.
This is a Michael Goddard picture called 7 Deadly Zins, all about wine and vineyards. There ain't no booze in this other than what's in the picture, but that's why no one's seen it, because they've suppressed it, thinking I'm trying to sell alcohol. So if you have something up a long time with no views, there's something wrong. Figure it out, because you're never going to get it sold if no one can ever see it. So apparently I cannot sell this on Facebook Marketplace. I got to figure out a different avenue. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're angry, and sometimes they're just plain weird. Now it's time for the feedback of the week.
So yeah, I thought this was a really cool feedback that I got from these people. I sold these again. These are the Christopher Radko ornaments that I picked up at that same yard sale, $3 a piece. They sold in a matter of minutes. And actually, this is another. I probably could have auctioned these off. I had 2 different colors. I had a blue one and a pink one. They sold in a matter of minutes to the same person. And then she emailed me and asked me, or messaged me and asked me if I had any other colors. And then after they sold, I had people messaging me asking me if I had more. So I guess this is another tip. If you get any of these ribbon candy Christopher Radko ornaments, I probably may have been able to get more than $50 for them, even though I, again, went on the high end of comps. none of them had sold for more than $50. So I threw them up there for $49.99. I probably could have got more for them, but the feedback was amazing. She gave me really good feedback.
That's always a good thing. And then she'll be back too. That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
She'll be back. All right. So Trader Sam's is the tiki bar at Disneyland and Disney World. This is a t-shirt that was done by Shag for Trader Sam's. And I love the feedback. Great seller. Love the shirt. Goes good with a Krakatoa. Krakatoa is one of the drinks at Trader Sam's. Nice. So they're so excited to have their shirt to wear while they're drinking a tiki drink from Trader Sam's. So that for a tiki lover like myself, that warmed my heart. All right. Right before we get Shawn in here, let's go see what's happening coming up. Do a little housekeeping. And oh my gosh, who's this?
Hey, Crispy's Toys and Treasures. That is my Facebook. Or no, sorry, that's my YouTube.
That'd be your YouTube.
And I actually just I passed over 500. I've picked up a lot of subscribers in the last few weeks. I have been trying to post more videos. Being a single, one-man show on my store and everything, I've really been trying to focus a lot of time on my store, especially with fourth quarter coming up. So I haven't been posting on YouTube as much as I want to, but I do like posting haul videos and stuff like that when I pick up stuff. But I'm going to try to do more of that next year. But I still do that once in a while. And I try to do month end. At the end of the month, I'll put out video out showing what I sold throughout the month at the very least.
Yep. As Debbie said, go subscribe, everyone. Okay. No show this Sunday. Why? Because I'll actually be home in Cleveland with my mom. Actually, on Sunday, I'll be with my mother-in-law, but I get to see both sets of parents this weekend. So, Mama, I'm coming home, and I will save you all my singing impression of Ozzy. But next week, oops. Apparently I'm out of order. There we go. My buddy Mo was on 100 years ago, like early on when I first started the show. And we talked to him, and he really has worked on expanding his niches. And so, conquer what you know. I know music, I know tiki, but then go get a dress, because that dress was $32. It was only $4. So we're going to talk to Mo about expanding your niches. I said, hey, can you have Mo send me a quick picture? So this is what Debbie gives me. I'm like, he couldn't smile? Like, he knows it's going to be the artwork for his show. I guess that's all he wanted. All right. So since my
no time to smile when you're expanding your niches.
Yeah, apparently not. I'm too busy. All right, let's get our guest in here. And now it's time for the Thrifty Business special guest of the week. Boom, nailed it. I'm going to go home now.
I was pressing the doorbell.
What's happening, Shawnee? How are you, brother?
I'm great. I'm pretending this is a Krakatoa punch.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I like that.
Yeah. Is that's one where they order it and they squirt everything at the bar, like the water they squirt the water and the lights. Yeah.
The volcano erupts. It's Disney magic when you order a tiki drink.
It is on so many levels.
So so Shawn and I met over Bloody Marys, if I'm not mistaken. And since I can't stand vodka or tomato juice, I wasn't partaking. I think I was drinking rum at like 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. Because that's what we do when we go to tiki events. We're like 20-year-olds at summer camp. You got cocktails? I got cocktails. So give us a little background, Shawn, because this record store is not your first foray into the music business. What have you done? What's your past life? Tell us about your past lives.
My past life, I've been in ticketing most of my life for either theater events or concerts. So I used to work way back in the day for, I don't know if anybody in Southern California knows Irvine Meadows. I worked for Irvine Meadows. I worked for the San Bernardino Pavilion. Before it was Live Nation, there was a company called SFX, and was with them for a while. And I've just kind of I've been on the periphery of the music business, contracts, ticketing, all the other fun stuff. So that was my past. But I've always been into records. I've always been into, music, the good stuff.
We have a fan of Irvine Meadows in the chat. Yay, Irvine Meadows.
Oh, yes. Hi, Christina.
So let me tell you a quick Irvine Meadows story. Stacy and I were there to see Nelly and the St. Lunatics opening for Destiny's Child. It was their last tour as Destiny's Child. And so we were like midway up, and Nelly had on a diamond bracelet that midway up was blinding me. And it was a gorgeous night. The moon was rising behind the stage. And at one point, Nelly was rocking out, and I saw the bracelet break and fly off into the crowd.
Nice.
And a woman worked her way forward and gave him his bracelet back. And he, on the mic, said, "Holy shit, you could have bought a house with that bracelet." And he goes,
it was Irvine, so it would have been a second property.
Yeah.
Yeah,
goes,
right.
Just for return, I'm going to give you $5,000 and come on backstage afterwards. So that's my Irvine Meadows story.
I was in the box office that night, so I'm sure you didn't stop. I'm sure you already had your tickets, but we were there.
Yep. Is that a Descendants shirt you're wearing?
Yes, it is. It is Descendants and Tiki. So it is my two. It's punk rock and Tiki. So it's my perfect Venn diagram.
Hey, Shawn, do me a favor. Angle up just a smidge. So we don't want. Yeah, there we go. We want to see your beautiful face. There we go. So, Chris, have you ever worked in a record store?
I have never worked in a record store.
Who's calling you?
Sorry.
Who's calling you?
Sorry.
So I worked in quite a few. So, Shawn, before you owned this, had you ever worked in a record store?
No, actually, no, I had not. So I grew up in Orange County, California, and there was a number of wonderful, just independent record stores out there. Music Market, Noise. So that was a big part of my childhood, was going to these record stores, but I had never actually worked in one.
And so you went right from never working one, like, screw it, I'm going to open one.
Well, it kind of fell into my lap. I think you and I were talking about this before. So the pandemic happened, and I was in the entertainment department at a local casino out here. It's Irvine Meadows. They want Shawn back. I wish Irvine Meadows was back, actually. But I was working for a venue out here in the desert, a little 2,000-seat theater. COVID happened. They shut everything down, and my department was one of the first ones to get people let go. So I kind of sat around for a little bit, and this was actually a thrift store that had vinyl that I was going to. I knew the owner. We got to become friends, and he basically approached me last December, saying that he was thinking of going online only. The pandemic forced him to do it. And have I ever thought about running a record store? And
so let me see if I got this straight. The owner of a store said, "I can't do this live anymore. You want to do it?"
Yeah. Well, he was moving anyway. He was going to be moving out of state. Yeah, he was going to be moving out of state, and I think he kind of wanted to keep it in the family, so to speak. He wanted to know that his baby was doing well. Dolores, it was Agua. Sorry, I'm looking at both of you, and I'm reading the comments. This is
cool. Yeah, hey. When people got questions, I pop them up. Yeah, hell yeah.
So much information. I never really thought about it until he mentioned it, and it was funny because he calls me up and he's like, "I've got a record buy that's pretty close. It's a bunch of boxes. I need help, loading and unloading." So on the drive there, we just kind of started talking about it, and then on the drive back, we had some semblance of a plan in order, but of course we had to talk to our significant others first, get permission, and then once we did, it kind of took off from there. So yes, this is my first time working for myself.
Nice.
Wow, that is crazy. That's where you started. So here's what's funny. I was telling Chris before we went live. So I've got the map up, so we'll show everybody in a second where you're located and stuff. I started looking at the pictures. I'm like, oh, I've been in that store. I didn't realize that's the store you took over. I was in there when it was half vinyl, half thrift.
Yep.
So so was your choice pink?
Yes. I did all this.
Nice.
That you can blame me, and most people do.
What were you gonna say, Chris?
Is your store just vinyl, not the thrift part?
It is just vinyl. It is just vinyl for now. At some point I will probably branch out into, t-shirts, stickers, possibly CDs, possibly posters. But as of right now, it's just vinyl. I do have some equipment. As my mentor Matt said, you run a record store, people are going to be dropping off. They're going to be dropping off turntables. They're going to be dropping off amplifiers. And it's funny, actually, on the very first day that I opened, I had a woman come and drop off a record player that is you can record, burn the vinyl to a CD. So that was the very first day. So I do have some amplifiers, but those are selling, well, they're not.
Now, when did you open?
May 8th. May 8th
Okay.
of the year. So I'm still very, very wet behind the ears.
And when you opened the door the first day, were you like, or were you like, let's do this?
It was a lot from column A and a little bit from column B. I was more nervous because I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea what to expect. You have the old customer base, and then Matt and I were we did a transition because he has an Instagram account that I have now taken over. So we let everybody know that this was coming. We let everybody know that the change was coming. But it was really welcoming. My first weekend was fantastic.
Now, there's a huge trend now of new music getting put on vinyl. Are you doing the new music too, or do you just have used?
I'd say I have like 99% used, and then I have a very small amount of like the newer represses. I've got a couple wholesale accounts, but as you know, the profit margin on that's a little weird because you have to order X amount and then shipping and then all that other stuff. So I try to keep it small. Plus, there was another record store in the Valley. Shout out to Dale at Dale's Records. Dale has the contacts of all the wholesalers, so he gets deep dives of all the reissues. So what's really cool about the Valley being so small is that we all know each other, and while there may be some competition, it's more like a rising tide lifts all boats. If one of us is doing well, then all of us are doing well, and we kind of compare notes. It's like, what are you selling? What are you selling over here? And all the stores have a different vibe, so it's really cool.
It makes you all succeed. If you guys can all work together, it's all better for all of you.
Yeah, it's better for all of us. We all recommend each other, and it's really cool. It's like you come into my shop and I've got Dale stickers, and you go into Dale's shop, Dale's got mine. So it's really cool.
It just dawned on me. I now have a friend who owns a record store when record store day comes around. Yay.
Well, here's what I've learned. So first of all, you have to be in business for a year.
Okay, so I gotta wait. Okay.
You have to be in business for a full year.
It's all about me now.
Okay. But you actually have to, for the lack of a better word, audition. You have to send them the stats of your store. You have to let them know how much you're doing. You have to basically submit an application to be part of Record Store Day. And then you get whatever it is they want to send you. So I know that this past year, the DGs was the big thing. I mean, I had calls, people asking for DGs. But then I talked to some of the people that are doing Record Store Day, and they ordered, let's say, 10 or 12 of them, and they only got shipped 2 or 3. So you have to take what the overlords of Record Store Day give you. So I'm not quite sure whether or not I'm going to audition yet, but I probably will, just because it's it doesn't make any sense not to.
I'll help you do your audition tape. We'll make it fun.
Oh, thank you. I do a me and Richard III.
All right. So like I said at the top of the hour, when you have a business where there's used stuff, the stuff comes to you. Now, of course, as you said, you kind of cut this deal over going to a record buy, which of course happens too. But I have never, for my own business, had a business where people just walked up and gave me stuff.
I have actually had that happen more than I've been really, really surprised. Okay, so hold on. I'm sorry. The people are liking the color, so I'm feeling.
Oh, I've never seen so much discussion on the color in any show I've ever done.
Woo! People come in. People come in with a couple of crates of records or a trunk full of records, and it's been exciting. I have had some fun. I am not chugging that Modelo. Never been a chugger. Okay, sorry. I gotta focus. Yeah, right. We're right here. They come in, and there's been some really good. I sell a lot of classic rock. I do a lot of classic rock. I do a lot of jazz. I do a lot of soundtracks, oddly enough. And a lot of that stuff has come in the door, and it's been great. I mean, you do have to go find stuff, but I think what the lockdown did was one of two things. People either went into their garage and they went, "Hey, we got all these records in a record player, and all this time we're going to start listening to them and plug it in again and start collecting vinyl," or they went into their garage and went, "I got all these records, I don't need them anymore." So people just kind of walk in, and it's been good.
How many copies of Whipped Cream have come in the door so far?
I've got about 9 or 10, but that is not my biggest one.
Really?
Jason, you may have seen the picture. I've got Christopher Cross, the album with Sailing on it. I think I have about 15 copies of that. But my big one is Carole King's Tapestry. I do not joke with you when I say that I am the Costco of Carole King's Tapestry. I have like a pallet back there. So if you bring your card in, I'll get you a discount on like 12 copies.
How many Von Meter first families have tried to walk through the door?
None yet.
Seriously? That's in every single thrift store in the world.
Yes. Sing along with, you were right about the sing along with Mitch, though. The sing along with Mitch, no one wants to sing along with Mitch anymore. No one does.
On vinyl, on CD, $30.
He's on CD, yes. Only at Christmas. Only sing along with Mitch at Christmas.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I want to show you a picture. I had Stacy take it real quick. When you own a record store, you expect just music to walk through the door, but sometimes other things walk through the door. So always be open for it. Oops, let me get all of us on the screen here. Although she's covered in a bunch of extra goodies, this is a giant Sailor Jerry rum girl. And so she's taller than Stace. And I walked into the local record store here in Vegas one day, and it was sitting there for sale. I go, "How is this here?" And the manager who knew me goes, "Well, this dude that was one of our good customers was moving out of town. He sold us most of his collection, and he told us we also had to buy this." And I said, "Well, I'm glad you did, because I'll buy it." There you go. This is just something that you can't ever buy. This is a liquor distributor freebie that usually stands in either a tiki bar or a liquor store. So it ended up at a record store, and now it's in my house. See, so you never know what's coming through the door, Shawn. You never know.
All right, I'll hope for that. I'll hope for that Al Evans tiki that somewhere is out there, and it'll just float into my store somehow.
I paid $400, but I had a lot of trade, so I think I paid $200 cash and some shitty CDs. All right, so Shawn doesn't have it on his shelves. He'll find it for you.
Thank you.
All right, so just vinyl, no CD, no cassette, no 8-track, no reel-to-reel?
Not yet. I do have a couple boxes of CDs, but again, because I am just starting out, because this is my first business, I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it simple. I want to keep it simple with one product right now. And then you and I were talking about this the other day too. Evidently, the CD market for you is fantastic. The CD market in person, it's a hard thing to grasp for me right now, because grasp. It's the half of a beer. When I worked with Matt, because I worked with Matt for the last few months when he owned the shop, we had a huge rack of CDs, and they were all, fairly reasonably priced. And I think in the 6 months the 6 months that I was there, so we maybe sold like 10 or 15 while I was working. So I never saw them go out the door that much. So I think that's probably why I'm a little leery, but you never know what format's going to take off again.
Lisa says you need some posters on your ceiling for that real 90s vibe.
Right.
Well, I'm wondering if I can see. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. I have 45s on my ceiling. Does that count? Hold on. Let's see if we can do this.
Yeah. I see lights. I see popcorn. Keep going. Keep going.
I think I see one.
I see one half of one.
Wait, the wrong way?
We see the one yellow one.
Okay, there's the yellow one.
Oh, so you got to fill that whole ceiling up. You can't have it like haphazardly. Come on now.
I know, right?
I put them over the light fixtures.
Oh, gotcha. Now you got to fill it up. Well, all right. Since you're walking around, why don't you take us on a little tour of your store?
Okay.
And, just as he sat back down, we'll wait for him to sit. Then take us on a tour.
All right. So it's a smallish space. I'd say it's maybe, my estimate is like close to like 800,000 square feet or so. So it's pretty intimate, and what's really nice is that now that we're still in the whole COVID protocols, things are pretty manageable with masks. People feel really comfortable. I tend to leave the door open now that the weather's better. There's Mr. Bowie. So it's a good little space.
What do we need, Chris? What do we need?
Well, doesn't everybody need the
12-inch?
Doesn't everyone need the 12-inch single?
Animal F like a beast. Come on.
Like a beast. And then
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that for my mom.
There's the aforementioned.
There it is.
So this is my my pricey wall. Although I've realized that people in record stores don't really look at the wall.
See, yeah, to me, I look at the wall, but yours looks more like art than for sale.
Yeah.
So when they have like the two pieces of wood so they can slide them in there, that makes me look up and look at the wall. That Limbo cover is one of the greatest covers.
Right?
Oh, wait a minute. How much is the Robert Drasnin in front of it?
Oh, the Percussion Exotic?
Yes.
I got it at 45.
That is is it the red vinyl?
No, it is not. It is the
black.
Hang on. Yeah, it's the black.
Here's my nerdiness coming out, Chris. I caught that cover.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's a great album.
Hold on. As long as we're talking about album covers, can I actually got this in a buy the other day, and I need it. It is probably one of my favorite album covers of all time. So do you mind if I share that with you and your audience?
Please.
So the band is Shalimar. The album is called Big Fun, and no one is having as much fun as Shalimar because they're riding killer whales. Look at this. Look at this.
Man, I don't think I've ever seen that album cover.
This was before Photoshop. So that they had to actually, train these whales to do that.
That's awesome.
Wow.
No one is having as much fun as Shalimar. No one.
All right. So since you said album covers, Shawn and I did go to DJ Shadow's garage sale. And the funny thing is, as we're in line with a bunch of Shadow fans, Shawn quite loudly goes, "So who is this DJ Shadow?" I'm like, "I'll tell you later. Don't embarrass me in front of my people, okay? Don't embarrass me."
I thought it was quiet, but evidently I had too much coffee.
Right away, I realized I wasn't the biggest nerd because I'm there 2.5 hours early, and I'm number 4 in line. And these guys travel way more than I do to hunt for records. And 3 nerds brought their portable record player with them, Chris. I have never done that. I don't even own one. And they open this little bag, and they got this little portable, and they're trying out the 45s to see if they want to buy them. I'm like, whoa, nerds. Whoa.
Right? I saw that too. I saw that too for the first time, and I was like, that's commitment. That is commitment and dedication right there.
And someone asked me if I had this photo staged, because these 3 dudes are together. The far one went and took a phone call. And no, I just snapped a picture and caught a moment in time where everything was kind of spaced really nice. So then Shawn showed up, and shenanigans ensued, and the line wasn't crazy long. It was decent behind us. And between the two of us, we only took 1 picture inside the sale. I just realized today. So this is DJ Shadow. He's a great guy. I love his music. And he's nice enough to sign anything people want to have signed. And he does this sale usually every year when COVID isn't a big deal, where he cleans out his warehouse of music, Chris. So he buys bulk music to figure out hooks and clicks and beeps to build his music. And then he's like, okay, I don't need these 10,000 Christopher Crosses. I will sell them to Jason and Shawn. So that was the sale. It's the second time I've been at his sale. It was quite fun. So here's the thing, Donna. They let in a lot of people, but not everyone. But it wasn't like you could sit and be like, let me look this up. It was just effing mad dash, and it's Cabbage Patch. It's 1987, and you best be grabbing fast.
Is it priced to sell, or is it collector prices?
So let's talk about that.
Yes and no. Some of it was, and some of it was probably closer to retail.
So this one, and I haven't done my research yet, so I can't even give you guys the actual answer, but this one was $100.
Oh,
Now,
that's
there's
a cool album, though.
70,000 versions of this record, and the right one's worth like $400. I'm not 100% sure I have the right one yet. Don't tell my wife. I think she just left to pick up dinner, so she won't even know.
It is a cool album, though.
All right, so let me show you a couple other things I snagged from that, and then I'll show you the two ones I bought strictly for the cover. Okay, this one was kind of for the cover. I paid $3, but it's worth $25. The band is called Extensive Care, and the EP is called Sexy Thrills.
Oh yeah.
But wait for it. It's the back that makes it. Hello, Sexy Thrills. And then if that wasn't cheesecakey enough, how about Cook County with Pinball Playboy?
Oh yeah. I'm on tilt.
Nice.
So I paid 10. This one's worth about 30. And then this was probably one of my better ones in terms of the worth. So this is Joe Stafford. You know Joe Stafford? She's got time. You know, she was an old-timey, what you would probably find in the lounge section nowadays.
Yeah.
This one's called Ski Trails, and this is the alternative cover. So the normal cover is something different. This still had the tower. Oh, come on, get in there. This one still had the tower sticker on it.
Huh.
And I paid $10, but this sucker is sealed. It's a $100 record.
Oh, wow.
And you can't go wrong, Chris, when you buy ventriloquism on vinyl, because that's a really perfect medium for ventriloquism. Alex Houston and Elmer. All right.
Can't
now
see
for the two
at all.
Now for the two. Is it gatefold? On the Misfits note, is not gatefold. All right, now for the two that I bought just for the cover. Shawn saw the first one. He goes, that's a great cover. This was $3. I don't even care if the music's good or bad. This is a kick-ass cover.
That is a kick-ass cover.
That is badass. The font, the skeletons, everything.
What is it?
So it's stereodynamics to test your stereo equipment or scare the hell out of your neighbors. So the first song is Adolf Hitler. Staccato in D minor. So it's to really push the limits of your stereo to scare the shit out of your neighbors. All right. I did not show the 80s hair cover yet. This is what you're all tuned in for. Now, I had big hair in the 80s. Chris, did you have big hair in the 80s?
I did not.
Shawn, do you have big hair in the 80s?
80s, no, but I had a 90s mullet that was gorgeous.
Yeah, I had that too.
Hairstyle of the gods, baby. Hairstyle of the gods.
I was full can Aquanet every week, and I have seen some hairdos. All my female friends in high school had big hair. This, I'm gonna make myself big. This takes the absolute cake. Make me the big one. Look.
Oh yeah.
At her hair.
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
Well, let's look at his face first. I'm gonna pout. But her hair with a long, oh my God.
Well, and his George Michael beard with the Kajagoogoo hair and the cowboy fringe. Oh yeah.
And the name of the band, Oriental Spas.
That's great.
80s were a glorious time.
Oh, Christina says, can't confirm Shawn's mullet was a beast. Oh, shit. My wife's still listening. Hi, honey. Hope I didn't blow $100.
Not the first time, won't be the last.
No, that's for sure. So what is your hopes and dreams for this store beyond where you're at right now? What do you see, especially once life gets back to, we'll use air quotes, normal?
Well, one of the, I'd like to be around for a while. I'd like to be I'd like to be a good local, a good place for locals. I have a lot of people, the Coachella Valley is big, but it's actually small. And a lot of people, it's weird. You know it, Jason. Palm Springs is about half hour, 45 minutes away from where I am in La Quinta. And there are people that are in Palm Springs that never drive down here. Never. Yeah, they never do.
Dude, that's too far. I'm not coming all the way.
Exactly. It's too far away. Don't want to go down Highway 111. But I've already experienced a couple, ever since I've, Well, thank you. Yes. And Facebook still says I'm in Mexico. So that's great.
But look, Chris. So there's his store. Here's Palm Springs. there's his store. People won't drive there.
That's why because I've been to Palm Springs quite a few times. I'd never heard of it.
I mean, I'm always in Cathedral City and Rancho Mirage, Sourceton and Thrifton. I mean, ain't nothing to go to La Quinta, but yeah, people lose. That's too far.
Yeah, too far. But I've already had, ever since I took the store over, I've already had a couple comments of like, I never leave Palm Springs, but for whatever reason I came down here, and that to me is great. So let's get people out of the house. But as far as the goals for the store, I'd like to be around for a while. Short version of the story is the record racks that I have, and I'll try and they're the black, those black record racks. They were from a store called Record Alley that was here in the desert for about 40 years. And he ended up closing in December of last year because he was in the mall and the mall wouldn't cut him a break on rent. So he ended up closing his store. He ended up getting a hold of Matt, who was the guy that owned the shop before I did. And he said, hey, does anybody want these record racks? I'll give them to you for free. So I have his record racks in my store. I've got Jim's record racks in my store. Big thank you to Jim. And the fact that I've got 40 years worth of, music history in this valley in my store, that makes me feel real good. It feels like it's a little attaboy. And I'm hoping, Matt was open for 10 years. Jim was open for 40. So hopefully I can get somewhere in between and be around for a while.
In stores, anything like that when you can?
I would like to, yes. Oddly enough, I had a friend of mine from Live Nation come in the other week. I hadn't seen him in, 10 years. And that is one of the things we talked about, was possibly doing an in-store or possibly doing something in the parking lot. Oh. Yeah,
Stacey and I love coming down to Palm Springs to see all our friends, but we will for sure come down when you're doing events. I'll even help out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm good at working the door and pushing people away.
Yes. You can be very threatening, but only to people that don't know you.
We did an in-store with Jack Johnson when he was just breaking, and we didn't realize how big he was. And our store held maybe about as much as yours would hold, and 700 kids showed up.
Wow.
And so we had to shoo away 400, and then we injected 2 sets, and we jammed like 150 into a store that holds 40 people. And it was, my whole job was go away. Sorry, go away.
Well, I've got a nice little outdoor parking spaces here, and hopefully the city of La Quinta. I've been kind of talking and feeling that out. If we're going to have something, it's going to be outdoors. It's going to be in that parking lot. So fingers crossed for sometime next year.
Nice.
Yeah.
So everyone wants to.
I totally forgot about it before. I actually just sold. Probably it's got to be at the top of the list of the most eeriest record album covers ever. The Lynyrd Skynyrd Street Survivors with the flame cover.
Yes, with the flame cover. Yep.
With Steve Gaines in flames, and then 3 days later he actually died in flames. That's kind of spooky cover. Yeah, I've got a copy of that too. And Mark, can I answer Mark's question?
Yeah, yep.
Mark, I don't yet. Again, just because I'm relatively new and I kind of want to focus on in-store, but I'm pretty sure that give me another year or so, and that's going to be a component. I talked with Jason a little bit about this last week. I'm going to set up a Discogs account. I'm going to set some things up because I know that I've got some things that just probably aren't going to sell with a brick and mortar. So eventually, yes, just not right now.
All right, so we kind of answered this, but I did remember Super Trooper, and hence the name, asked earlier, any rare ABBA on vinyl?
Not yet. I've come across Greatest Hits a few times, but not a whole lot. Elisa, no. I'm actually open right now 7 days a week. I do Monday through Saturday 10 to 6, and I do Sunday 10 to 4, but that may change.
And is it just you, or you got some help?
It's just me.
Dolores, I will have to stop by. Always going to Fancy Springs.
Pull the lever, get yourself some. Thank you. Pull the lever, get yourself some cash. Yeah.
Is that a first pressing of the Meat Men? What album did I miss?
It's right here.
Hold, please.
It's actually one of the ones. It's actually one of the ones I got from DJ Shadow.
Oh, I mean, I don't remember even seeing that. And we looked through each other's shit, and I done missed that one.
And yes, it is. But can I share one of my DJ Shadow picks that I just found doing some research on that was interesting?
Yep.
Okay, so the band is called the Okie Extremists, and the album is called Creatures of the Mind. So first of all, that cover is pretty cool.
That is a good cover.
Okay, the cover was drawn by a 16-year-old. I don't know if you can see it there, Wayne Coyne from the Flaming Lips.
Shut
Oh,
up.
wow.
They're both Oklahoma bands. Yep. And then Jason, so this was the interesting part. So you take it out, you do your research and everything like that. It's signed on the back by all the band members.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know if anybody's going to be searching for it, but who knows? Oh, thanks.
See that, is that Shawn Cassidy over your shoulder there?
Leaf Garrett.
I was about to say, I think it's Leaf Garrett.
Leaf Garrett.
I knew it was one of those.
I actually saw Leaf. I don't know if you know. You know the band the Melvins?
Yeah.
Yes.
Melvins did a cover of "Smells Like Teen Spirit" with Leaf Garrett on lead vocals, and it's fantastic. And it was a number of years ago. They were playing at the Glass House in Pomona, and he actually joined them on stage for it. So I can say I've seen Leaf Garrett in concert.
Nice.
But can you say you've seen Milli Vanilli in concert? Because I can.
I cannot.
All right, there you go. See,
I don't know if I'd share that on the internet.
Yeah, too late. It's here for forever now.
Forever and ever.
I've seen Milli Vanilli. They weren't live, but I've seen them.
Did you get a t-shirt?
I didn't. It was the Club MTV Party to Go tour, and it was Information Society, Paul Abdul, Milli Vanilli, and a couple others I don't remember. But it was the first time we ever went to a concert where it was still daylight because there were so many bands. The concert started at 5. We were in high school, and I'm like, "What concert starts before it's dark?" But yes, I did see them in concert. All right, so when you're in the Indio Valley in Palm Springs area, after you get done with the tiki bars, actually go to tiki bars, get some drinks in you, head on down to Finders Keepers, and then spend a lot of money because you shop way better when you're drunk.
Yes. Yes.
Way better. Oh my God. Joanne said, you are definitely record nerds. I've never heard of most of the stuff you're showing. It's awesome.
I think we could do a separate show just on that between the three of us, I'm sure.
Did you ever see the TMZ report of when Color Me Bad pushed one of them got drunk and pushed the other one off the stage?
Yes.
No.
That's the casino that I work at here in New York.
Nice.
I was working that night.
Nice.
You got a Connecticut hardcore, Shawn?
I don't think so, but if he could list,
I wouldn't even know what Connecticut hardcore is. I wouldn't even know.
Well, I'm sure it's hardcore punk from Connecticut. That would be my guess.
Right, but I wouldn't see a band and go, I know who that is.
Yeah, I wouldn't know the band. I know this may come as a surprise to some of your people, but so the Palm Springs, the Coachella Valley area is a little bit, how shall we say, older.
Yeah.
So I do have a hard time finding things like punk, used metal, used reggae. I would gladly trade all of my logins in Messina and Christopher Cross and Frank Sinatra and Barbara Streisand and Joan Baez and Melissa Manchester for some of those. But yes, hopefully we'll find some Connecticut hardcore one day.
I feel like most of the people probably got rid of their vinyl before they retired in Palm Springs is the part of the problem.
Yeah. Or what they kept was Peter, Paul, and Mary and Sing Along with Mitch.
Yeah.
I was going to say, a lot of Sing Along with Mitch.
All
right, so Shawn, I would recommend you sign up for what I'm part of next week, because when you're ready to sell online, you need to know some shit. So for those who haven't signed up yet, I just put the link in the chat. Next week is the Reseller Summit. I was very honored to be asked to be part of this. I was part of the live one in person when we could do live in-person events a couple years back in Kansas. And I'm part of over 20 veteran resellers and business experts. And we're going to help you grow your reselling income. And here is the crew of us that are doing the event. Everything from sourcing, which is the fun stuff, to LLCs and taxes, which is the boring stuff, but it is the necessary stuff. So although paying your taxes, creating an LLC is boring and not exciting at all to listen to, It is a necessary evil when you're in business. So these sellers here are going to take you through every aspect of your business. It is a free event. It is November 2nd through the 5th. And I just found out I'm on day one. So what we do is we pre-recorded our presentations, but I'll be live in the chat when mine's going on. And I of course, am talking about dead media because that's my specialty. So on Tuesday at 1 p.m. East Coast, my session will be up, and I will be actually in a hotel room in Phoenix because I'm going to a concert that night. So just, it just kind of emphasizes how much I love music, driving to Phoenix to see Slipknot. And so I'll be in the hotel room answering all your questions. So get signed up. I just posted the link in there. It's the Reseller Summit. Follow my link, please. It gives me credit, obviously. And then it is next week, the 2nd through the 5th. It'll be a great event. Everything you need to know about selling. And here are the different sellers. Our hosts are Rob and Melissa. They're going to talk about how to scale your business by selling high profit items. So not Sing Along with Mitch Miller records. Those are not high profit items. But 3-song Bob Dylan CD singles are high profit ticket items. So get signed up, and I'll see you there. So don't forget, no Sunday show this week because I'll be home in Cleveland visiting my parents. Both sets. Yay.
Hi, Mom.
So, yeah, I'll be with my mom tomorrow night by midnight. So I'm very, very excited to see everybody, hug everybody, kiss everybody, touch everybody. Touch. And then we'll be back next Thursday, and then Mom and I will be back next Sunday. So thank you very much, Chris. Let's do this again, especially when we're talking music. And Shawn, I cannot wait to come out and actually be in the store now that it's your store and it's pink, because I do love me some pink.
Awesome.
And you need t-shirts. This is Record City in Vegas. You need t-shirts.
I do have t-shirts. I've sold out of my unisex shirts. I only have my ladies shirts left. The V-neck.
That will not fit me.
No. I will order a couple more. Are you a double X?
I'm a triple. I'm a big fella. I'm a triple.
Oh, you're a triple. Okay. Note to self.
Yeah, fat guy and a ladies mini t-shirt.
No.
But yeah, I'll wear your shirt. I'll rock it all the time.
I appreciate that. I'd love to see the V-neck, the low-cut V-neck.
And thank you all for tuning in. And Tracy, I hope lunch was entertaining. Tracy works overnights, so for her lunch, she watches the show. So we entertain her. So while she's eating right now, hi, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
All right, buddy. Stacy and I are off to a musical, so we got to run. So
Enjoy.
With that, I say thank you, Shawn. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everyone live. And thank you all who watch after the fact. Make sure to give us a big old thumbs up, especially Shawn. He's a good guy. Chris is a good guy. Me, not so much.
We're following your lead.
Oh, yeah? I've gone down some dark paths, sir.
Okay.
Give me a subscribe. Give Chris a subscribe. And we'll see you on next Thursday.
Something.
Yeah. I'm like, when am I back on? Next Thursday. We'll see you then. But I will see those of you who signed up for the event. I will see you in the chat on Tuesday. You got any questions about what I just presented or use music? I will be there to answer them all. All right. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.